These two headsets have a lot in common, yet so much different, and I thought it'd be fun to compare them. The differences start immediately, where the Corsair literally come with the headset in the box, and that's it. Where the Blacksharks come with the headset, the THX sound card, a removable mic, and a felt-like bag that I just so happen to have lost. But when we jump into build, there's another huge difference here. They both feel premium, but the Corsair feel a bit better built. I have more confidence in the Corsair that they won't break if I dropped or stepped on them, whereas the Blacksharks feel a bit more hollow and plasticky, but I think they were trying to save weight. I don't think that they were trying to skimp out on the materials, if you know what I mean. The plastic the Corsair use feel way more premium, but it's also that soft-like material that I do feel concerned about scratching. However, I've been throwing mine around and I've yet to get a scratch on them, so I could be very wrong about that. The people over at Corsair understand how heads are shaped. Ears point forward. You need swivel for comfort with a headset. You can get by with some headsets without swivel, but it's very important for a headset, especially if you're going to be wearing it for long hours. The Blackshark swivel a little bit, but it's actually just the metal prongs moving, whereas the Corsair have full on swivel. The Corsair have a felt-like material for their ear cups, whereas the Blacksharks have more of a sports-like material. It's kind of smooth to the touch. They both take very different approaches to headbands, where the Corsair have an elastic adjustment system for their headband, whereas the Razer go for the traditional style headband with forks. If the Corsair headband isn't good enough for you, you can move it up and down with Velcro. And neither of them have removable cables, which kind of sucks. If the cable goes out on you, you're screwed. But build wise, I'd have to say I prefer the lightweight of the Razer, but I feel more confident that the Corsair will last way longer. I also prefer the look of the Corsair headset, and they're more likely to fit more heads with the ability to swivel and more adjustment with the stretchy headband and Velcro adjustment. Now, comfort, this is a very complicated situation because these are both extremely comfortable headsets. We're gonna go over each one separately, that way you can get a good idea of the comfort and fit that I have experienced. The Razer have a very light clamping force, and they're very lightweight, avoiding pressure on the top of the head, which is very nice. They have shallow ear cups, and my ears do touch the driver, but there is a thick pad in there, and it does help for a while, but due to the lack of swivel, after long sessions, I get pain on the tip of my ear and my jawline. Short term, these are very comfortable, but over long gaming sessions, they can get a bit uncomfortable. Now, with the Corsair is a very different situation. They have light to medium clamp force. Because the elastic stretches to your head, it causes a bit of pressure on the top of the head, but doesn't really become a problem. You do forget it's there after a while. These ear cushions are super thick, super airy, and very soft and extremely deep. My ears do not touch the driver. Because of the swivel, I don't get any pressure points even after long gaming sessions. I think they're both comfortable for different reasons. However, I prefer the deep ear cups of the Corsair, but I like the ear cup material better on the Razer. However, I do find that I can wear the Corsair headset way longer than the Razer, but I overall think that they're both incredibly comfortable headsets, and I think most people would be happy with both. Now we're gonna do this boxing style. One corner we got the Corsair, and one corner we have the Razer, and they're gonna battle it out on specs, features, and functions. So over here we get the Corsair. They are USB only. You cannot plug these into a controller or anything like that. You can either plug it into the front of your PS5 or Xbox Series X if you're nice and close to it, or you can plug it into your PC. Now the Razer have 3.5 and USB, so if you want to play on console away from your console, you can do that. If you want to plug in USB on your PC, you can do that. It's quite versatile. The Razer have a 50mm Triforce titanium driver with a frequency response of 12 Hz to 28 kHz. The Corsair have a 50mm neodymium driver with 24-bit audio and a frequency response of 20 Hz to 40 kHz. The Razer have THX spatial audio. Corsair have Dolby spatial audio. The Razer have a removable hyperclear cardioid mic, frequency response of 100 Hz to 10 kHz with side tone. Corsair, non-removable omnidirectional mic, frequency response of 100 Hz to 10 kHz, there's a similarity there, along with side tone. Razer's on-headset controls is mic mute and volume dial with hard stop. The Corsair on-headset controls is mic mute, or you can make it an adjustable button, a tactile yet non-stopping volume wheel, and lift mic to mute. They both have software. Razer has Razer Synapse with multi-band EQ, THX controls, bass boost slider, sound normalization, voice clarity, mic boost, voice gate, mic EQ. Corsair has the Corsair IQ software with RGB control, multi-band EQ and presets, and video broadcast support, mic and side tone controls. These both pack a huge amount of features. I find the Corsair to be more straightforward and easy to use, whereas the Razer Synapse hold a few extra features, but the software likes to fight you and wants so much information from you. I just prefer IQ, and having NVIDIA broadcast for graphics cards that support it is clutch. But I think features, they both give you a lot for your money. However, the Corsair are USB only, so unless you're right next to your console or your PC only, Corsair really isn't an option for you because you can't plug it into a controller. Don't forget that. The Razer, however, it can plug into your controller, so they're a bit more versatile. So if you're far away from your console and your console only, don't even think about the Corsair. But let's jump into that mic test right now. So this is the Corsair HS80 that you're hearing right now. Let me know down in the comments between this and the Razer which one you prefer. But also while you're down there, definitely hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That'd be sick. And on to the next microphone. And this is the audio from the Razer Blackshark V2. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the audio from this. And also, by the way, we'll have affiliate links for anything that we talk about today in this video if you are interested. But anyway, guys, that's the audio test. Back to the video. And that's how it sounds. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you probably know that I used to be a huge fan of the Blackshark V2s. However, I've tried a lot more products since then, and my opinions have gradually changed. But let's dive into the sound. These are both warmer sounding headsets. The Razer have a wider soundstage than most, but the Corsair is a bit wider and more noticeable and realistic. The Razer and Corsair have a more low-end focused approach, but the Razer headset is more muddy and not well defined, where the Corsair has tight bass that's got a rumble to it without sacrificing clarity. The higher end frequencies are much more clear and represented. The Razer are a bit veiled in the high end. They're there, but they're just a little bit more pulled back. I think in competitive settings that the HS80 are a bit better than the Razer, whereas the Razer have a little bit of trouble with directional and distance audio, whereas the HS80 really nail footsteps and distance directional audio, where the HS80 are more pinpoint with their directional audio, where the Razer, it's more like a in that direction. It's not that they don't have good directional audio, it's just the HS80 are a bit more pinpoint. On the topic of competitive play, it's almost like the HS80 were designed for competitive play in mind, because the footsteps are so pronounced, there's no way you can't hear them. Whereas the Razer, because the low end is a bit muddy, I don't feel like footsteps are super well represented. They're there, they're not as punchy and as well represented as they are with the HS80. I think in single player, I think they both do quite well. I do lean more towards the HS80 because of the more well-defined high end and less muddy low end. You know, with the HS80, wind blowing and the grass crumbling under your feet, with the horse feet hitting the ground, or metal against armor, all of that stuff, where the Razer does it all well, but it doesn't do it excellent. However, one thing that neither of these do well is 7.1 audio. The 7.1 audio, I have not yet found a gaming headset that does this well. I don't even know if I'm going to keep including 7.1 because I never like it. In my opinion, if you're a PC player or you play on console with your console really close by, I really feel like the HS80 are a no-brainer. They sound quite a bit better, more detail, more precise and clear. The low end is punchy without distortion, where the Razer can't have too much bass and high-end frequencies at the same time, along with its already veiled sounding high-end. However, if you either play on primarily console far away from your system, the Razer are a still great buy, especially if you can snag them under $100. As of this recording, they are on sale for $70, to which I think is a pretty decent price. However, it's hard to recommend them at that price because the HyperX Cloud 2 can be found right now for $50. They might not stay there, but at the moment that's what they're at. And in my opinion, unless you really need the Synapse features or really can use all of the THX audio sound, the microphone presets, I really think the Cloud 2s can be a great option. And if you want to know more about them, you can check out my video right here where I review them in depth. I wouldn't write them off, but I wouldn't write off the Razers either. Just keep in mind there's better options. But hey, if you did enjoy this video and you want to purchase anything that we talked about in this video today, I will have affiliate links down below, including my main gear down below. So check that out. Just know I do get a kickback. But hey, have a good one. Peace out.